On this episode of RC Kicks, we're upgrading one of my favourite cars. That's the Kyosho Fantom. I've managed to get hold of a few rare upgrades, and a lot of them I haven't managed to get hold of thanks to no stock in the UK. But we'll talk about that, and then we're going to take it for a blast as well, so stay tuned. So on today's episode of RC Kicks, yes, we are going to be working on one of my favourite cars, the Fantom. Now this I didn't think was going to be as popular with me as I thought. I kind of got it on the show just because it was something different to show you guys and girls, but I actually love it. It's beautiful to drive. It's actually very easy to drive. It's not like the F1 cars, mainly because obviously it's running on foam tyres. It's four-wheel drive for a start, and super low, massive aero. And it's so retro and very different for all the collection that I have. But I've wanted to sprinkle some upgrades on it, and I've done a few. If you haven't seen, I did a carbon upgrade. I'll put a link up here. Go check that video out if you want to see me doing a full carbon swap. It's a bit dirty. It needs a good clean. Apart from that, I put in a brushed Kyosho motor, which I don't recommend because they're not fast enough. I had a brush motor in this that was quicker, and they're way too expensive, so I don't recommend them at all, unless you just want to collect Kyosho motors, which you don't, obviously. You don't want to collect Kyosho motors. Now, I've managed to pick up a whole new body and wheels and tyres. The idea is I want to drive this for a while, I want to enjoy it, and then eventually I'll restore it back to showroom shelf queen sort of standards, and then I'll put it on the shelf. But for now I want to drive it. So now that I've got a body and original decals and a set of wheels and tyres, I'm not too worried about what happens to that. Obviously I've swapped over to the carbon chassis, which means I have the original chassis. So when I've finished driving it and I want to restore it, I'll just put the original chassis back on and it will look mint again. So I've been trying to get hold of some parts. Now, on the 19th of the 12th, 2020, yes, almost 3 months ago, well, it will be in 2 days' time, I placed an order for an SP rear hub, which was £19.61. Also a carbon diff axle, which was also £19.61. I've also had 2 of those on order and 2 wings. Now I've managed to get hold of one of the wings that's turned up, and that's EFW001G. And also I managed to get hold of the front double bearings, which is EFW004. These are impossible to get parts, even though they're brand new. This kit came out 6 months ago. There was another upgrade where you get these little tiny bearings to replace bushes, and I couldn't get the Kyosho one, but I managed to find the specification, so I just bought 4 of them. And they hopefully should just fit perfectly in, being that they're the same thing. So we're going to fit those today. So we'll fit the front, then we'll take it for a blast, and then we'll come back and look about fitting the wing. Now, the wing, I don't think it's going to add anything from a look point of view. It's more of a performance. But it kind of messes up the line a little bit because it sits in here. So there's 2 things I'm going to do. One, I'll cut it out and I'll fit it completely clear. That way I want to see what it's like, to see if keeping it clear doesn't, you know, it doesn't mess up the lines, it doesn't make it look worse. My other choice, if I'm not happy and I don't like it, is I'll paint it white. I'll have to get hold of some more decals, and then I will blend it in. I will match up the decals to the spoiler so it kind of blends in from that point of view. The problem with that is it's nearly £40 for a set of stickers. And once you start adding up a new body, a new set of wheels, a new set of stickers, a few little bits and pieces, you know, you can get these kits for about £200. So a new body, decals and a set of wheels is nearly half that. So yeah, Kyosho, you need to get your parts out more, especially your upgrade parts. There's people that want to buy these and people are on hold for ages. Now obviously we've got COVID, so we have to take that into account, but I don't think it's anything that we're really unfamiliar with, being able to get hold of parts for these cars and upgrade them. You know, I like to drive this car and I really want to drive it before I restore it. That's why I've got all these extra parts, is I'll drive it, enjoy it, and then after that I'll paint up a brand new body, brand new decals, new wheels and tyres, and I'll take off the carbon that I've fitted, put the original one back on that's never been driven, and then I'll retire it onto the cool wall. But for now I really want to enjoy driving it and scuffing it, and that's part of it. But being concerned that you're just never going to get parts again, it's not great. Right, let's crack on and fit the upgrades. So that was pretty easy, nothing difficult about that. Saved a little bit of weight, I suppose. Well, I suppose it covers the weight from when I fit the spoiler. I guess saved a bit of weight there, added a little bit of weight back over there. Right, let's take it for a blast, see how it is, come back, and then we'll measure up for the wing. So I hope you enjoyed that. Yeah, it runs fine. It's a lovely car to drive. It's with the four-wheel drive system, I can see how it changed so much. It's so easy and it's so predictable on its turning and things like that. That's what I really love about this car. Right, let's take a look at the wing option. Now, this mounts through to the chassis as far as I know. Let's have a look and see. Now, I'm hoping they've designed it that you can actually put it on and take it off, because it depends on what track you're running, whether you want to run the extra downforce or not. I honestly don't know. It does come with some instructions, so you get the wing mount itself, you get some little brass mounting plate parts, I think, and you get the wing itself. It's actually a very simple one, just a little dish one. It actually looks like what you used to put your Tamiya batteries in back in the day. And then that kind of just sits in there. Let's have a look at the instructions and see what it says, because I'm hoping you can just retrofit it as and when you like. Okay, so I need to bend these myself. They should have a bend in them. Where does it actually connect to the car? That's what interests me. So you have to cut 2 holes in the body, which is not too much of a problem. So it fits into these 2 holes here. So that's where the mount is. So they're already there. So I'm guessing these tubes drop into those holes, and that's where the, yeah, that's where the wire goes. And then it comes straight out, does a left degree. That's pretty clever. Right, okay, let's fit it and see what it looks like. And there you go, the aero is done. It's very hard to see because I've left it see-through, which I think I like. After in hindsight, I think it adds. I don't think it takes away from the car. If anything, it makes it look more raced focused, if that makes any sense. There's more options of modifications and things, so it does add to it. So I can recommend it, even if you're just not going to run one and you actually want it to put it on the shelf to make it look good. It does actually add a level to it. It doesn't make it look as ugly as what I thought. It might make it look worse. You only need 2 tiny little holes. Don't do massive great big pilot holes in there. From that point of view, I tried to keep it super clean. I haven't put loads of decals on it. I only put one that I had left over from my Fantom sticker book, a sticker sheet, and I actually put it lower down. So when you look through it, it actually says Kyosho Fantom, and that's it. I tried putting some decals on the sides, but it just started to add too much to it. So that's enough. In real life, it looks nice with the 2 gold discs. You can move the wing forward and backwards as you like. One thing that was really nice is that in the pack you can actually set it up in 2 different ways. You can cut it like I've done, or you can cut it in the opposite direction, so you get different angles of attack. And you get 2. You get a high speed track, and then you get a high downforce at low speeds. So you can have 2. So I'm kind of chuffed that I've got 2 of these on order. So when the other one comes, I will cut it in the other direction so that I will have both. Another thing about leaving it clear, if you do roll the car over, it's probably the highest point of the car, so it will protect the car a little bit. So that's quite nice. But yeah, highly recommend it. I haven't taken it out for a blast with this wing on, but obviously it's going to probably give you more drag, but then give you a little bit more downforce. But it definitely looks the part. Anyway, thanks very much. Please like and subscribe, and if you head over to one of these videos, I will see you shortly. Bye bye.